y'all. Welcome to Benevolence, where kindness matters and all are welcome to the table. I'm your host, Sassy Diaz, and first and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you for following, tuning in on a weekly basis, spreading the word, rating, subscribing, and supporting me on this journey. So make sure to keep tuning in because I know that you are going to leave empowered, blessed, and encouraged to be the best version of yourself. You are tuning into episode 3, 4 Seasons of Love. On this episode of Benevolence, I have 3 special guests who are joining me at the table. These 3 individuals are anointed and appointed to do great things. In the past 2 years, they have accomplished so much. They have traveled to many places ministering to others through their worship. They are talented and they have a single that has been out on iTunes called Time. So without further ado, I have...
TV3. Ooh.
Yay! Thank you guys for being here.
Hey!
Thank you guys for joining me at the table. This episode is going to be very interesting because we are going to be talking about singleness, dating, relationships, and marriage. And I have DV3 here. I have Anthony Diaz, I have Hector Raza, and I have Giovanni Diaz joining me. So, I am very sure that you have something to say about these particular topics. That's why I brought you guys here. But before we begin, I would like for each of you to introduce yourselves. So go ahead.
I'm Giovanni Diaz. I'm the single, non-experienced one of the 3.
I'm Hector Raza. I'm single. I guess I have a little bit of experience in the dating. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
I'm Anthony Diaz, husband to the one and only Sassy Diaz, host of the Benevolence podcast. I was once the single and inexperienced one, and now I am married.
Good.
There's hope. There's hope.
Jesus.
All right. So a few days ago, I sent an all-call announcement on Instagram asking our listeners and followers to send in a question that they may have on relationships, dating, waiting, singleness, the whole shebang. So, and questions, believe it or not, have been coming in. So I just want to get started because I have a whole lot of questions. So there are a few questions that pertain to specific members of the group, but most of them are for everyone to share. So if you kind of feel like, you know, coming in, chiming in, go ahead and do so. Yeah. So let's start with our first question. So the first question is, how long should a couple wait to get married, especially if they are in their early 20s?
Gio, you're in your early 20s. Go
ahead, big guy. Well, I feel like if the couple knows like that they're the ones that God placed for each other, then why wait? You know, if you feel like you have the money, because weddings are expensive.
Yes, they are.
You know, you got just make sure that like you know she's the one. Make sure you know that you get to know her or him, whoever's listening, because it's a lot to get into a wedding, into marriage. But I don't see why you should wait. If you know she's the one or he's the one, then I say go for it.
Okay.
That's a good. I have to disagree.
Oh my God.
Okay, Hector. What do you have to say?
I'm saying early 20s, because you always want to make sure that you're ready. You know what I'm saying? You're ready in a sense of like career wise. You want to make sure that you're set up. Obviously, if she's the one, you know, time is, you know, I don't believe that it should take more than 2 years. But if you know she's the one, you're gonna knuckle down. You're gonna do what you gotta do to make it happen. Mm-hmm. But you know, I just feel like preparation is key when it comes to getting married.
Okay.
So.
And what do you think, babe? We got married. I was 23.
You were 23. I was what, 25?
You were 24. You're only a year older than me.
Okay.
So I was 23. You were 24. So we were kind of like in the early mid.
But we felt old at the time. Which is funny.
So what do you think? Because I don't know. I know for our time, I feel like every situation is different. If you guys can agree with me.
I agree with that.
Because in our time, we felt old. Mm-hmm. And we had already had prior relationships that didn't work out.
Yeah. So we knew what we wanted in the next relationship.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we kind of like laid it down.
Yeah.
The first date, we kind of just.
Yeah. So I guess there's no set answer. There's no set answer. Every couple's different. Like Gio said, you know, if you guys feel like you're the right ones for each other, I wouldn't rush it because you are still in your early 20s. You got to think about that decision that you're going to make is one that's going to determine basically your future. You're basically picking who you want to spend the rest of your life with. So with that big of a decision, you want to make sure that you have the right one, because there's times where in the beginning stages of love, you know, there's always that puppy love, and you want to call and speak to each other every day. But there's, you know, different phases of love, and so before you actually make that decision, there's a few things that you guys want to talk about, a few things that you want to go over. Expectations, goals, because a man might be thinking one way. For instance, I know. So me being, you know, raised in my house, my mom was always the one to cook and wash our clothes. So I'm thinking, I'm growing up, and there's nothing, you know, wrong to think this way. But okay, my wife is going to do the same thing. But we have to know that, you know, we are.
What are you trying to say?
no offense. No.
It's true though.
It's
but
true.
I feel like I'm being singled out right now.
Because no. But honestly, in a sense, you know, that's like a traditional way of thinking, and we do have to remember that traditionally, wives stood home; they didn't work. So now, modern days, you know, wives are working, women's working, men's working. So, like you mentioned, there's expectations. So you got to talk about, okay, who's going to be doing what? If, you know, we're going to get married, we're going to be living together, who's going to be doing what chores? And because you don't want to be blindsided later on. That's what's going to cause
You don't want to be
problems.
like caught by surprise.
Yeah. So you got to talk about that. You got to talk about finances. You guys are going to have separate accounts. You guys are going to be on the same account. Like, what are your goals? You guys got to be able to support each other in their goals and their ministries. So there's a lot to think of and things that you want to talk about before you actually make that decision. And don't be afraid to ask family members, ask your parents, you know, what they went through, what type of questions they would love to have known before they got married. So take your time. It's a big decision.
It is a big decision. All right, so the second question is, what did you wish you knew before you were married? What is something that you wish you knew before you were married?
Wish I knew?
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, guys.
No,
It's just like,
no, go. Ask away.
I just feel like.
All right, so I kind of covered a lot of the things that I mentioned before.
Like expectations and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's.
So that kind of answers
it
that
does,
question.
It does. Okay, so let's move on. I'm just gonna kind of throw this at. This is not because I know you guys don't read.
What's the question?
So the question is, what are some good books for singles?
Proverbs 31.
The Bible?
Books? Like reading?
Like reading. As you can see, DV3 does not read.
No, we read stuff that we like.
We read the Bible. We read the Bible.
Read articles.
Oh my god. Okay, so according to me, Ceci, I think some books that you can read for being single is like The 5 Love Languages, Love and Respect, Captivating.
I've took the evaluation of 5 love languages.
And what was yours?
Mine was the first one was physical touch. The second one was words of affirmation. The third one was quality time. No, the third one was acts of service, quality time, and then the last one was gifts.
Yeah.
So your top was
just touch me. Touch me.
Oh my god.
No, touch me and tell me I'm cute. Like hug me.
What is happening right
No,
now?
hug me.
Our episode.
this would a whole different.
I don't mean like that. I mean like hug me. You know, I'm very affectionate.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Hug me.
Okay,
you know, tell me,
yeah.
you're
Okay.
cute.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna see my way out of here.
Okay, let's move on. All right, so the next question says, if I'm getting to know someone, is it okay to talk to more than one person at a time? Hector. So, if I'm getting to know someone, is it okay to talk to more than one person at a time?
No, I think it depends on the status of getting to know somebody.
Like
Because-
what stage?
Like what stage are you in?
What are
'Cause-
the different stages?
So stages, like for instance, if I'm in the how you doing stage, there's no reason for me to be fearful on to talk to somebody else because we're still at that. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? Da da da.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it elevates to another level, as far as like we're being more intentional,
Yeah.
then obviously you want to start trimming down and kind of focusing in on the the one that you're getting to know.
Okay.
But
That's
is
a
it
good
okay?
answer.
Is it okay? Is it okay to talk to somebody while you're getting to know somebody? It just depends on the level or status that you guys are in. And I think it's just to be something that's communicated. I believe that you should communicate that with people. Like for instance, there's relationships that I've had with other females, women, that I was very open. I was like, you're my friend. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting to know you. But there's other friends out there
Trying to get to know as
that
well.
you're trying to get to know too. But like, it's just because it's that camaraderie that you build. It's nothing like. It just depends
It depends.
on the status.
Okay. That's
I would
a
just
good.
add one thing.
Yes.
Ask yourself, would you be okay with someone else talking to someone
Exactly.
while they were talking to you?
Good.
That's,
That's
good.
good.
I would say
Put
that.
That's good.
yourself in the shoes.
That's good. That's why it's on status
And
because I
if
would have
you're
a
okay with
problem.
it- Well, that other person
No,
may
no,
not be
no.
okay with it.
No, but still, most of the time, if you don't like it,
Yeah.
Then you shouldn't do it.
do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I feel like I'm getting advice myself.
That's good, dude. That's good. All right, so the next question is, what is the difference between dating and courting? What do you think, Gio? What is the difference what is difference between dating and then courting?
Well, you have to give me a definition of courting.
Recording what?
Okay, so like courting
What
is
are
like
we recording?
courting is like when you're dating or you're in that stage where you're looking forward towards marriage.
Okay. So what is the difference between dating and courting? Okay, well, dating I feel is necessary whenever you want to go out with someone, of course, because you're trying to get to know that person, everything about them. You don't want to rush into like a relationship. You want to get to know her, get to know him, and just making sure like you're like she's interested, like that you're interested in her. And I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
Nothing like recorded.
If any of y'all girls want to go out there and
Okay, the difference between dating
take
and courting.
Gio out on a date.
Show him what courting and dating is.
I think my definition of dating has changed too
Okay.
over the years.
Okay, go ahead.
That's interesting.
My definition of dating has changed because
So real quick, explain what it was.
okay, so my definition of dating, what it was that was the girl I was gonna be with. Now that I'm 27, dating does not mean that. Dating means I'm getting to know her. I guess my being young and naive and kind of believing in love at first sight and getting emotional, and that's changed. Because dating now to me is I'm going to get to know you. And the thing is, now I'm less emotional.
Okay.
And I feel that sometimes it's a good thing and sometimes it's a bad thing. So I think dating has changed for me in this age now.
What do you think, babe?
All right, so I'll be honest. I also didn't know what courting meant. All right, so but I guess after hearing the definition, I would say pretty much what they said. I agree. Dating, you're basically getting to know the person. Courting is just a little bit more deeper, a little bit more serious. And I would say courting is what we did.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
pretty much on our first date, we laid it out. We talked about our past. We talked about what we were looking for in that significant other. So I guess I would say that's the difference.
Yeah, that's good. Now moving on. The next question is, why is there an expectation with believers to marry the person that you are dating?
That's good.
Why is there an expectation
'Cause they're
with
scared.
believers to marry
I
the
got you.
person that you are dating?
Because they're scared they'll fall into sin.
Okay.
That's exactly why it is. Because they're scared to fall into sin. And that's why our minds have been wired. That's why I say my mind has wired differently now. Because before it's like you're going to date that person because and then if you feel like you love her, you feel like you think marry her, because obviously we don't want you in ministry and having sexual relations with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like as believers, we tend to look at dating like we frown upon the dating.
Yeah.
We frown upon that's not something that Christians should do. Date. You know? We tend to like we're expected to just find that one and then just stick to them, and that's the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's times have changed.
Times have
changed.
I'm glad that they have changed.
You know, it's just, I don't know. But that's a very good question. Now, my next question. Is it okay for a girl to ask a guy out?
Oh, yeah.
Girls, you heard it from Gio himself.
That's Gio, though.
That's Gio.
No, that's me.
So you don't mind?
I wouldn't mind.
But it depends on the girl.
It does.
But,
I don't want any girl just asking me out,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I'd have to see like a future with you. I don't know. I guess we'd have to start out as friends, and then maybe if you feel like they're interested, you don't have to like just say, "Oh, I'm interested in you." Like I like you. You don't have to be like, "Oh, will you be my boyfriend?" Like say that for me.
You're like getting red.
Just
yikes!
Like give them the signals.
Yeah.
I think signals is good.
Those some treats.
But I don't.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think that I'm a little bit more old school too, because I enjoy the process of saying, "Hey, listen, that's romantic, man. I'm a hopeless romantic. I love that whole like, listen, would you like to be my girlfriend? Be intentional, take her out to a nice place, blah blah blah, nice little stroll." You know what I'm saying? And then, kind of be like, hey, want to be my girl? Like, for lack of words, you know what I'm saying? But I think that should be done. I don't know. I don't mind, like, somebody being like, showing me the signs.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I like
That's
you,
what I'm saying,
da-da-da. But let me solidify that. Let me make it happen, you know what I'm saying? So.
What do you think, babe?
All right, so I'm trying to think of the perspective of the person that might be asking. So if a girl wants to ask a boy out, I think what you would kind of have to consider is like, are they showing any interest in you?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to put yourself out there to hurt yourself.
Exactly.
Good. It's good.
That's
so
good,
I'm
babe.
trying to put myself in that person's perspective.
Well, yeah. That's the answer right there. Good.
Like, so you could throw those little baits out, but like you don't put yourself out there too much, because I'm sure in a girl's perspective, they want to feel like they're wanted.
Exactly. Oh, that's good. Okay, so Gio, I'm gonna ask you this question. Well, I think we all can answer this question except Hector. I'm sorry, but
why?
It says. So Gio, the next question is for you. Someone sent this message. I've never had a boyfriend before. Is something wrong with me? Am I not putting myself out there?
Well, first of all, don't ever think like there's something wrong with you, because there's absolutely not. Like, you are beautiful in your own way, and just at this time, don't let it feel like you have to find someone. Like, just it's good to wait. It's good to wait. Just give your all to God. Like that's what God is looking for. Like, we sometimes we put our mind in relationships, and it's actually cause a distraction, and it's not allowing us to pray to God. Like, if we're not thinking of Christ when we pray, we're thinking of the girl that we saw or the guy that we saw. But just take this time to wait. Just wait. Just wait on God. Like, it's all on God's timing. It's not you. Trust. It's not you. Just put your life in God and just put your trust in Him, because he or she will come.
Yes, I agree. I was also a late boomer, kind of, sort of. And then I had 4 years of singleness in between relationships, and it was like, oh my God, I thought I was dying. I was like so desperate to find somebody, and it was bad. And I was one of the older friends as well, so it was hard. But I remember that I had to give myself wholeheartedly to God. Like, it was a complete surrender. And I mentioned this on my last episode for Broken Crayon Still Color. You have to surrender everything to God in order for Him to work in your life. And it doesn't matter, when I say work in your life, I mean every aspect, even when it comes to relationships. He wants all of you. And like John Legend says, all of me wants all of you. Like, seriously, he wants all of you. Because then he is able to manifest himself in your life in the different areas, especially when it comes to relationships. He knows exactly what you need. He knows it already. He's God. So it's just a matter of being patient, and in that time of singleness, just waiting on God and just believing in his promise. You know, no one's meant to be alone. Well, there's people, you know, that I don't know, you know, but I think that God has a person for everyone. So
It's good.
I know that you have a lot of experience with this particular question. You were also a late bloomer. So
Yeah.
what do you have to say?
Okay, so I basically didn't have like a girlfriend or was not or ever in a relationship for about 22 years. So I can definitely relate to that question, except for, you know, not a boyfriend, but a girlfriend. I had the same question, you know, why couldn't I, you know, ever meet someone? How come no one ever like really like try to flirt with me? So I had that question, but I'm going to give you something that kind of gave me hope. And that was when I was around 12 years old. I remember playing around with my family, and my mother came to me and she said, Anthony, I had a dream. I had a dream because you were wondering why you've been lonely, and you've been wondering why you haven't had friends, and God has told me because He has separated you. So, you know, when she told me that, you know, that answered a lot of my questions. So and that gave me hope. So just know that, you know, if you haven't found that right person, maybe it's God, you know, separating you and just, you know, keeping you safe from you know, from harm. And if you have that time, hey, focus on yourself. You know, work on your own goals and do you for now until the time comes. Put yourself out, not put yourself out there, but pray about it. And yeah, that's it.
All right, that's good.
That's good, man.
Good.
Next question. As believers, we talk about remaining a virgin until marriage and that having sex before marriage is wrong and why it's wrong. But very few times we talk about how to remain celibate. So what advice can we give to remain celibate? This is the hardest question
I think
that has ever been sent to me. But it's funny because the church talks so much about remaining a virgin, but they don't emphasize too much on how to remain.
That's
you know what I
good.
mean?
That's good.
They don't. What do we do? How do we?
And then there's all those back questions. Can you kiss? Can you like?
Yeah.
Like,
Can you hold hands? Can you be alone?
Can I grab her shoulder?
You know. So it's tough. I could tell you one thing. I always think this way. You know, don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to be tempted.
That's right.
That's just how I feel. Don't put yourself in those positions because you know yourself.
That's right.
And you know your intentions. And maybe your intentions aren't, but still the flesh overcomes every time. So you got to be strong. You can't put yourself alone with that person if you know that, you know, you're going to take it to the next level. Don't be alone. Be in group settings, and just try to avoid being alone at all times. And I always say this to everyone that I know. I said nothing good happens after 10. Nothing good happens after 11. So there should be no reason as to why you would be with the person at late hours or you would text the person at late hours, because it's just a revolving door. It's the same pattern over and over again. So I think that by experience, I'm just letting you know, just resist and stay away from putting yourself in those situations where you're going to be tempted. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think exaggerating the consequences too. Like, I think kind of like just exaggerating. I think in ministry it's different, especially like somebody. I guess now in the season that I am trying to continue to honor God. Is exaggerating the consequences. You know, it's just kind of like doing whatever it takes to try to honor God. You know, and granted, we all have shortcomings and we all fall short, but it's how you get up and how you keep on pushing forward and how you can try to continue to honor God. So what helps me is kind of exaggerating the consequences and everything that I do. When I text, when I talk, when consequences.
Good. You have anything, babe?
I think the only thing that I would add would be make sure that you guys are on the same page.
That's right.
One person could try to say no, but if the other person is insistent on it, it's not going to make it easy at all.
That's right.
No. Absolutely.
That's right.
Good. All right. Now we have some like shorter questions, and maybe like just one person could just answer them. So the next question is, why would a guy keep in touch if we've already broken up? And this happens a lot. So from a guy's perspective, there's a girl out there that wants to know, why would a guy keep in touch if we've already broken up? And I've been in that position too, you know, but why does that happen? Why do you think? Go ahead.
I think, that's just, okay, honesty. Okay, so it can be one of two things. He wants to be your friend for real, which is very slim. That is very, that is very slim. Or he wants to keep that connection so that you continue to be an option for him. And, that he can, girls, sometimes you guys let the guy have that option open.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
we
saying?
do.
And it's
Because you like it too.
Yeah, we do
it,
like
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
It's attention, because if we're not getting attention from no one else,
so yeah,
we're gonna just.
So that's
go
just
back
being
to the
honest.
last
Like
one.
some girls just leave it open and it's easy, and then some guys just do it because they like to have that option there and they like the attention. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Awesome. How do you know that a person has genuine feelings for the other? Like, how do you know that a person has genuine feelings?
Who wants to answer that?
One person.
Okay, I guess I'll start off. Just genuine feelings. How do you know? I guess the person wants to be with you. The person wants to communicate with you.
Yeah, because if they didn't,
they wouldn't.
They wouldn't be around.
Yeah. And you have to it needs to be mutual. You can't be the one that's always giving and the other person receiving. You got to kind of figure out okay, who's texting more here, or am I the only one that's always saying hello and always starting the conversation?
That's annoying.
That's mad annoying.
That is so annoying.
Oh, I hate that.
And then you feel needy.
And then you feel like dumb.
Yeah, you feel
like ill.
And
like,
they don't respond back
don't
in a few hours.
I take drastic measures and I just stop right away. Once I feel that tug and pull, I cut it right there. I don't give it more. I don't play that whole pity. I always
give too much.
That whole pity thing. I don't do that.
All right.
After that,
I think when they go the extra mile for you,
like
kind of like just like if they. It's more than just conversations. You see little things like kind of like they do stuff for you just randomly, and that's nice. That's nice.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, attention to detail. And I'm a detail person, so I take notice to stuff like that. So it's nice. It's nice to know.
What do you think, Jill?
Everything they said.
A man of little words. All right. The next question: do you think that there is still hope for those that are over 40?
Oh yeah,
there's always hope.
We have a friend that got married.
Yeah, we did. We do.
I was thinking the same person.
If you're out there and you're listening, you know who you are. Yeah, there is definitely hope.
Hold on, man.
Hold on, man.
Just have that patience.
40 years.
Oh my
God. Okay. Let's see. Around what age is dating appropriate? So let's think about it. You go as a father, and then you guys go as as leaders.
What age, man?
What age is dating appropriate?
I started dating real young, and I regret that a lot, because it wasn't wise. It wasn't a wise thing because I didn't know me, and then I didn't know how to react in certain situations, and so I would have to say appropriate dating is when you're mature.
Yeah,
I think, and the thing is that this generation really thinks that they're mature at 16. It's so funny.
They're not.
No.
It is
I'm
so
a high school
funny.
teacher, and trust me, I know.
It's so funny. So I think 18,
I was thinking
19,
the same thing, yeah,
you know what I'm
18.
saying? Kind of like when you
graduate from high school,
making
and
decisions to go to college, you know.
yeah. What do you
Something
think,
like that.
babe?
All right, from a father's perspective, I think a good
She is never
to start dating is like 36.
Oh my god!
Hey, how about the 40? Yeah, because he's not first moves to 40.
No, please,
Nah, I'm
my
just
poor
kidding.
girl.
All right. I'll bring it down to like 22.
Damn.
No, that's a good age.
No, because by
21.
then they'll finish college.
That's right.
Ah,
That's right.
And
That's
then,
good.
okay,
That's good.
You got your
You're right.
business.
give me
It's
high
different
five,
for guys,
babe.
I like that.
I like
It's different
that.
for guys. Don't
It
you
is.
think?
Guys, yeah, you can go from.
Go ahead,
Hey.
son. Go ahead, son.
When you're 15, you know?
Okay, my next
Lay it on the
question.
table.
Bask in the
No,
ambience.
stop. Listen, how long do you have to wait in between, or how long should you wait in between relationships?
When you're healed.
When you're fully healed, yeah.
When you're fully
Completely healed.
Mhm.
In and out, and
Yeah,
cup runneth over healed.
that's right.
Mhm.
When you're
Because
completely
you don't
healed.
want to bring that baggage into the next
And
one.
you don't.
Yep.
You don't.
Okay, well, we answered that one quickly. All right. What do you think about dating someone with kids or who has had a divorce?
They need some loving too.
They do need love.
They do. They do.
They do
Heck
need
yeah,
love.
Heck yeah.
I guess it all depends on the situation.
It does.
They can't be like having the baby daddy still around, or they can't be like
I don't know
in-
though, because the baby daddy is very important. Like dating somebody with kids, you have to realize.
no,
that.
they're still gonna be part, but
yeah, it's always gonna
like
be there.
I
like,
know, but
you
they're
gotta,
not.
Yeah, you gotta know that you can handle that.
you have to
because-
have the trust.
Yeah,
you have
the
to
courage,
trust, like,
strength.
but I don't know.
No,
What do you think?
You have to have made that decision prior to dating that
Yeah.
person
Exactly,
because
true.
you can't date that person, lead them on, and then later on say that, oh man, like, but you're divorced or you have a kid, because that's not fair to that person. at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right.
You go into it knowing the situation,
Exactly.
and
Okay,
It's hard.
that's good.
Mhm.
All right. Why do guys treat girls differently in front of their friends? Ooh.
Nah.
Ooh, this was a good one. So, someone wants to know
Oh, man.
why in private is so, whatever, and then in front of the
Nah.
friends, and why in front of friends y'all treat us differently? I don't understand. Is it a pride thing?
I don't think it's a pride thing. I think
it's some
you
pride.
think it's a pride thing?
yeah, that's some pride.
I think it's.
Someone please explain.
I think it's just okay. I think.
It's so annoying.
I think. Okay, you always. If you're dating somebody at church, that's the thing though. Like if you're dating somebody from church, you kind of want to keep that reserved a little bit and kind of like.
But why, when you have feelings for them, why
I
do you
know.
treat them like that? And then you know that you're gonna get in an argument, like in the evening or the next day, because it happens. We don't like being treated.
That's
differently.
not a right way to treat. a
If
woman.
you know that I'm the one for the moment,
Yeah.
you should treat me the same
That's
way
right. You're right.
Mhm.
You're right.
with your friends.
You're right.
Then when you treat me privately, in the same, you treat me the same way with your friends. That's what I believe.
Well, sometimes as guys, we want to keep it reserved though. Like, and the thing is, this is bad. I'm gonna say something that's bad. This is bad.
Ugh.
It's because you want to always keep your options open as a guy.
But why?
Especially if you're in
No.
the same establishment, like around her friends. If we have common friends, like I was in a relationship where I kept her from my friends. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of more like you want to be reserved. You want to until you know, and then you have your doubts. Because sometimes you're just doubting. You can be one of two things: the biggest jerk, and just want to have her on the side, and have her kind of like, that's your girl. That's that. You do things alone. You don't really put it in the public. That's being a jerk.
Okay.
Or you can be reserved, and you can be just kind of cautious with the situation, especially with me.
But I don't like the phrase he said, you want to keep your options open. What do you mean by that? If you're dating the person,
But
why would you want to keep your options open?
But didn't we establish from the beginning that dating, it depends on what level of dating it is.
But you shouldn't, if you're with someone, you shouldn't have to keep your options open.
You're right. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but I'm just saying that it depends on what level of dating.
I just feel like any man who is in a
I'm the wrong
relationship.
guy. I'm the wrong guy. I've been through a lot. I've been through way too much.
I just feel like any guy who is proud of being in a relationship with any girl,
You're right.
should treat the girl the same in front of his friends.
That's the right way.
That's the right way.
Maybe not
That's
too
why-
much though.
Because too much is annoying too.
Yeah.
No,
It gets-
too much is annoying, but at least the acknowledgement
That's
of
my girl.
that's my girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
of course.
Because
Too much is annoying too.
No, I know.
And that's
I
why I
get
say
it.
it's pride, because when you with the boys, you want to make it seem like
That's
you're
my
the
girl.
one in control.
Yeah.
You're the one
Yeah,
wearing the
yeah,
pants.
yeah,
I go,
not the girl.
I snap my fingers.
Hey, no, none of that.
So that's why I say yeah.
Okay.
You roll over.
All right. I think we're done.
Wow.
We're
wow.
pretty much.
That was good.
We're pretty much done. So
Fun.
that was a lot of questions.
There was a
Thanks
lot
for
of
the advice,
questions.
That was
guys.
a lot. Gio had nothing
You
to
had
say,
some great insight.
but Gio learned a
Wow, I
lot
learned
from these
firsthand.
questions. Well, there you have it. Thank you guys for joining me at the table today. It was so much fun, and I'm sure that our listeners got their questions answered. Thank you for joining me, guys.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
us. Awesome.
Keep doing your thing, Sess.
Thanks. Well, make sure to follow DV3 on Instagram and Facebook at Devotion, but DVOTION number 3. So at Devotion3 on Instagram and Facebook. And make sure to check out their single Time on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. And you can also check out their YouTube channel where they have covers and worship experiences. So thank you all for listening to Benevolence, where kindness matters and all are welcome to the table. Did you know that Benevolence has its own Instagram? All you have to do is search Benevolence Podcast, and you can follow me at I am Ceci Diaz to know a little bit more about me and Benevolence. If there is a topic that you would like for me to discuss in the future, please do not hesitate to email me at benevolencepodcast@gmail.com with requests, petitions, questions, comments, or testimonials. I want to hear from you. And stay tuned for next Monday's episode of Benevolence. You don't want to miss it. Bye!
Bye.